Breathing in, there is awareness of breathing in. Breathing out, there is awareness of breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. In, out. Insufferable behaviors. Other insufferable behaviors, Part 8. Inconsiderateness. Inconsiderate behavior, one could define as showing an often clear disregard for others, their thoughts, beliefs, feelings, behaviors, and even suffering, invariably becomes a byproduct of dysfunctional family upbringing, where one or both parents lacked a certain degree of empathy when their child suffered, little if any interest in their affairs or aspirations, and general neglect for their needs, among other conditioning factors. In essence, such children never really experienced, let alone learned how to care about anyone except themselves, because that is all they had to care about. Insensitivity. Perhaps the general rise of insensitivity towards one another throughout society reflects a much broader and invariably insufferable reflection of individual and, thus, collective lack of emotional intelligence due to an increase in the number and degree of family dysfunctionalities that many of us experienced in our youth, as well as the children and adolescents of today heavily influenced by the relative indirect relationships they form with others through social media, where liking and disliking, voting thumbs up or down, and more are so impersonal, impulsive, and seemingly without consequence. Blessing or curse. Many of us are highly sensitive, meaning we become more emotionally affected by the words and reactions of others than normal. And this can be both a blessing as well as a curse. Perhaps helps us live a more heart-centered and ultimately loving existence, or potentially subjects us to a life of harsh and unforgiving criticism, ridicule, and rejection because others are less sensitive or insensitive altogether. Because many of us are relating to others strictly from our unresolved suffering, the only way we know how to relate at all. Sensitivity training. With an ever-increasing array of special interest groups across virtually every sector of society, perhaps part of anyone's secondary education needs to be sensitivity training. Understanding why certain groups exist, what they ultimately believe in, and how they wish to be viewed or treated by the rest of society. How they want and desire to be accepted and respected for who they believe they are.